Alright, it says I'm live. I think I'm live. Yes, I am live. What is going on, everybody? It has been quite a minute. Nobody's in the live stream yet, but for those of you who are watching this back, welcome to my live stream. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a live stream, so it's been one of the longer breaks with me not going live. So let's just get at this out of the way. What's up, Miles? Of course, I will always remember. That's just like stuck in my head now. In pain we trust. What's going on? Man, I feel like it's been so long since I've done live stream, y'all. I missed y'all. Make sure this mic is okay. So yeah, what's up? XTT, David Lay, T Dog, Clifton, John Sullivan, Gang, your boy Jacobs, always here. New Jersey, Matt the Goat, I appreciate that. Lawson, Nick, Trey Mitchell, Nick Jonka, Fishing Fan, KT Haley, Big Bad Wolf Castillo, Carlos, Manuel, Jumpin' Jack, Mia, and my love, I love you always. That's your username? That is like the craziest username ever. What's up, everybody? So we're just gonna go live because so if you guys didn't know, I have been in Texas the past 2 weekends. And I normally try to live stream on the weekend. And so I couldn't. And so now I'm like, crap. Because, you know, I didn't have videos ready for Monday. I'm like, oh, no. So, anyways. What's up, bro? How have you been lately? Or how have I been today? That's what you're asking. Somebody said another thing. But today, I just basically got off of work. And I'm skipping the gym, by the way, guys, to actually do this live stream. That is how dedicated I am to y'all. That's how dedicated I'm. Skipping the gym for this. I'll hit the gym later this week, 4 or 5 times. But, didn't get a video up today. There'll be a video tomorrow, but I needed to get a live stream in because I haven't talked to you guys. Like, one of the things I like doing with y'all is, like, doing live streams and communicating and talking with you guys. So, anyways, where's the ROTC sessions video? It'll be out this week. Can you do a video about National Guard RSP drills? I probably wouldn't do one on that unless I do a video with somebody who's in the National Guard who's actually gone to those, because in the reserves you don't do that. So that would be something. And believe it or not, it's actually like a lot of times I talk to people, I'm like, hey, you want to make a video on such and such? And it's like, yeah, but then once you actually try to get people to like make a video with you, like me try to get somebody else's perspective, it seems like you're pulling their teeth, or it's much harder. And I'm not trying to like force people to make videos or force people to talk about their experiences or whatever, but that's something that I would have liked to do, but it seems harder to get people to want to do that than you might think. So, I'm not single anymore, Dad. Are you proud of me? Yes, I am. We got a super chat here. James Ward, not my brother, enlisted as 19 kilo, leaving at the end of August. That's awesome. Can you talk about that MOS? M1 Abram Armor Crewman. No. Even though I wish I could, I don't really know much about that specific MOS. It's one of the things about the military is you don't know that much about all kinds of different MOSs. I wouldn't worry too much about the day-to-day. Like, people ask all the time, like, what the day-to-day is like for XYZ MOS. That's not like really the biggest deal in the world. It's just kind of like the general topic, because the day-to-day, when you ask somebody about the day-to-day about an MOS, it's going to vary from person to person. It's going to vary from unit to unit, because different unit, like, you could be a 19 kilo in this unit and have kind of this job, kind of, whereas in another unit, you're going to have different roles and responsibilities. It's especially true, I think, for technology-related MOSs, like the 25 Bravos, 25 uniforms. They kind of flip-flop a lot of times what they're doing. So it's kind of hard to talk about, like, the day-to-day about MOSs, even if you know a lot about them. And if you don't know a lot about them, it's very difficult to really go into detail about all that stuff. What is that sword in the background? Yeah, that is a sword that was given to me. It's technically a trophy. A 1-star general gave it to me. It's basically a trophy for me winning the best warrior competition for that command, being the best soldier of 10,000 soldiers or whatever. I want to make a video on that very soon, I think, but I want to do a video of how I became the Army Reserve Best Warrior and I want to do it in kind of like a vlogish format where I kind of talk like that, because I don't want to just do it just standing there. I kind of want to, demonstrate some things, show you guys like the flashcards and stuff that I studied with, or show you guys different pieces of video from the event. Taking my OPAT tomorrow. I'm in the heavy category. You'll be fine. The hardest thing for the OPAT is the beep test, where you got to run back and forth on the beep test. That's the hardest thing for people. Everything else isn't too bad, like the deadlift isn't too bad. So anyways, please do a video on your thoughts of women in special operations. I've done 2 videos. Have I done 2 videos now on women in the military, or women, females, things? It's kind of just a general same topic idea. I don't want to specifically topic, special operations, because I don't have experience in that field, and people be like, why are you talking about that? Like, you've never even, whatever. So, David Lay, that's a good question. When's Ward versus Nava coming? I don't know anymore. I feel like he might be flaking out on me. And that's kind of like the short story of that, but I'm pretty sure he might be flaking out on me. So that's not very professional. Anyways, Reed, what's up? Hey, Matt, can't stay for long tonight, sadly. Just stopping by to say hi. Well, hey, Reed. Shipping to Fort Sill September 4th. You got about a month, man. Air Force, baby. Can we send you patches still? Yes, you can send me patches. I actually just went and picked this up from my P.O. box. So you can send me my P.O. box in the description. Just got this little bad boy today. It is actually, if I'm correct, sorry if that paper's on. He sent me the... so usually people, whenever they send me patches, they'll include a note with the patch. And this is actually, I'll take whatever kind of patch, because I'm going to fill that bad boy up over there. This is a JROTC patch, actually. I've got some from... this one right here above my finger is not actually an army or military one, and then that one's like an Iraqi patch, which is pretty cool. It's actually pretty sweet in my opinion. So you people send me your patches. I want to fill that wall up. It is something I really want to do. And Yisrael with the $1 super chat. That is awesome. How would you deal with a pushy recruiter who constantly shuts down the MOSs you want and tries to make you pick an MOS that you have little to no interest in only because of the bonus? Alejandra. I think that if you can, just maybe go to another recruiter or talk to the head guy and be like, this recruiter's like really trying to push me to do a job that I don't want to do. Or just tell the recruiter, like, I don't care about the bonus necessarily. Like, you care about the bonus, but like, you want to pick a job that you actually like. But I mean, I hate pushy recruiters. My first recruiter that I had, whenever I first tried to join, he was really pushy, and I mean, I guess it could have been a contributing factor as a reason why I didn't join whenever I was 18, because he was very, very pushy. I was wanting to, in my first semester of college, and I wanted to finish out my first year, so I wanted to go to school the next semester and then join. But he was like really trying to push me to join now and telling me that it was basically a waste of my time to do that or whatever. But yeah, I don't like pushy recruiters. How would you deal with it? Try to find another. If it's really that bad, try to find another recruiter or just be frank with them. I'm not sure how old you are. Usually, I guess if you're a little older, you could talk more like frank with the dude and be like, yo, like, come on, man. Where did I miss the question? What's up, Andrew? What's your MOS? I'm a 25 Alpha, which is a signal officer. Technically, I'm not like MOS qualified because I haven't been to my bullock yet. So when you're enlisted, you go to your AIT and you learn your MOS. When you're an officer, you go to your bullock. So I'll go to signal bullock, or S bullock, BOLC, which stands for Basic Officer Leadership Course. Once I finish that, then I'll be like MOS qualified, and I'll be qualified on like my MOS. So now I'm 25 Alpha, but I'm not MOS qualified for that yet. And Phoebe, I think? Yeah, Phoebe, there you go. You said it in the thing. 10 push-ups for skipping the gym. Let's go. Not right now. I will do them, though. I will knock out some push-ups and stuff today. After the live stream, I might even do a little exercise myself. Anyways, Have you shot anyone in the military with a laser tag thing? There's this really cool thing. They're called Miles gear, and you like wear this laser equipment stuff, and then you attach a laser like a laser thing on like the barrel of your weapon, and whenever you fire a blank round, so you'll load it up with blanks. When you fire a blank, the vibration from that recoil will fire off a laser, and I've shot people like that. But not with real bullets. Also, that's not really a good question to ask a lot of people, especially if you know that they're a combat MOS. Like, have you ever killed anybody? Don't ask people that. Is this a live stream I see in front of me? Yes, it is. Bear Hunter 587. Have you ever served alongside Marines? I have not. Have you got a girlfriend? I do. And she is amazing. What's your MOS? I already answered that. Are you sneaky sneak? I don't know what that means. Starting signing out Mueller. Matt, you are the reason I enlisted in the Arkansas National Guard 12 Bravo. I appreciate that. That's all you. That's all you. I do like people will say things like that, and then people will say that I'm like a recruiter. I'm not a recruiter. I just am positive with my experience in the military. I've had a good experience in the military so far, and I like to help out people who want to join. If you don't want to join the military, I have no interest in trying to convince you to join the military. Faith is in Texas, which is my girlfriend. My girlfriend's Faith. She's in Texas right now in her tech school, which is the Air Force AIT. But yeah, like I have no interest in convincing people to join. Why is Nava flaking out? Not really sure. I'm not sure if he's scared. I'm not sure if he's doing his little competition. I wonder if he wants. I mean, I haven't talked to him about this, but I mean, we could prolong it until after his little competition. He's doing like a little physique competition, which I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to go up against me in like a physical competition until after the physique competition, because when you're cutting and you're losing weight, you're not going to be as strong or as physically fit. Really, you're going to look more fit, but you're not going to be really, in my opinion, as physically fit when you're trying to cut weight. So maybe that could be a reason why. I don't know. But I was trying to shoot for, with him, I told him September 1st and September 8th were the weekends that I was available to head up to New York and film our video or whatever. But I don't know. Pogue versus infantry, they're both fine. I did a video on that. Matt, can you have a moment of silence for my hamster who died last night? He joined the hamster army motivated by you. Yep. Legendary Explorer, moment of silence. Alright. So, MRE video. I do have some MREs. If I did an MRE video, I think something interesting would be to do it with my family. I don't think me eating MREs is not going to be very interesting in my opinion. I think it's more interesting to see people who haven't eaten MREs before eat MREs. Because me, I'll just be like, yep, this is what you get. Like, there's really no point in me taste testing it because I've already tried every MRE. But yeah, like I might get like my mom or my dad or some of my sisters or something to eat one. So that could be a thing. What was your biggest weakness during basic training? My biggest weakness was like the bear crawl. I don't know what it was, but like where you crawl like on your hands and your feet, or like the spider crawl thing, which you do this during the not the confidence course, the obstacle course. The obstacle course, you would do like a bear crawl and like a spider crawl through the dirt. And like I just hate it. And I wasn't like the fastest person in the world. I mean, and I wasn't the slowest person, but it's just like I'm usually pretty good at physical things, but I mean, I'm just like, I don't know, maybe it's because my arms are a little bit shorter. Like my arm span is like an inch shorter than it should be. Like I don't have super long arms. They're just a little bit shorter. I don't know. That's probably my weakest thing. The next weakest would be ruck marching, probably because I have a short stride. So if you have a short stride, ruck marching is going to be more difficult because you got to take more steps, you know? Which is one of the reasons why I like running during ruck marches, because I can just stride things out and I can run. Whereas when you're walking in formation, you have to keep that pace, and just rucking in formation sucks. Can you still be a ranger with a misdemeanor before you enlist? That's something that you should ask your recruiter, Jacob, but I am sure that the answer is yes. You would obviously have to get some kind of waiver or something probably. Matt, answer me, man. My friend Nate is going to Fort Sill next summer. Any advice? Yes, watch my videos. That's one of the questions, like, people will ask me that, and people will ask me what basic training is like. People will ask me what tips I have for basic training, and I've made videos on this stuff, right? Some of the best tips that I've had are generally like the first things you think about. So if you watch my playlist called Basic Training Tips, that's a really good place to start if you're looking for advice or tips for basic training. There's a lot of things like that I've done. My do's and don'ts video, which I did like last year, I still think it's a great video. That's why I haven't taken these videos down that are old, that have got crappy video, crappy audio, whatever. Because like the video do's and don'ts of basic training, like that stuff is good. And then when people ask me what's basic training like, I'm like, I've got several videos on exactly what basic training is like, and it would be a lot better to watch that than for me to try and text out everything that I've said. So I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from whenever I say that, because when you ask me a general question like what's basic training like, that's why I made videos. So anyways, can you be in the infantry with the low ASVAB score? I mean, you have to pass the ASVAB. So as long as you meet the requirements. What's the yummiest MRE you ate? I really like chili with beans, but it makes you want to use the bathroom, but I love it. Ellen, what's up? I hope you got my Twitter message. Pancakes or waffles? I like pancakes. Chocolate chip pancakes to be more specific. Chocolate chip waffles and stuff would be good too, but not too much chocolate chips. Like the chocolate can't like overpower like the taste of like the pancake itself. Like sometimes you'll go to these places and you'll order a chocolate chip pancake and it's just like chocolate chips, just like the whole freaking thing is filled with chocolate chips, and they pour chocolate chips on top of it, and I'm like, not that much. Like, let me scrape off some of this chocolate. I just want a hint of chocolate chips, Blueberry pancakes are better. Nah, I don't think so. I like chocolate chip pancakes. Gym vlog coming soon? No. So the people ask me to do like gym vlogs and stuff. I don't do gym vlogs because like so I don't think a lot of people understand neither. Like, I don't have that many hours in the day. Like, I'm doing this live stream in place of going to the gym. Like, I have like basically no free time whatsoever, especially whenever I like spend a weekend in Texas like I have been. Like, I just don't have free time. So whenever I go to the gym, I'm in the gym to work out, get my workout done, come back, and then like do more work. Like, that's what I do. And then gym vlogs, like if I were to record in the gym, that would just take up more time. I wouldn't be as focused on the actual workout. People talk about this all the time who actually record themselves in the gym. You're not as focused on the actual workout. And like I said, I'm in the gym to work out. When I go to the gym, I'm not like that conversational person who's talking to people, blah, 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 in between sets. Like, I'm just going bang, 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 getting my workout in, and that's it. At some point in the future, I would like to, but it would be better for me if I had somebody else recording me. Like, if I were to go to the gym with my brother, I would do that. I did a vlog a long time ago, probably sometime around Christmas-ish. If you guys want to check out my older vlogs, there is a section in there where I do kind of like a gym vlog at the end of it. So anyways. What was your favorite part of advanced camp? My favorite part of advanced camp was the end. So at the very end of advanced camp, if you guys don't know what advanced camp is the last basically summer training that you have to go through as a ROTC cadet. It's about a month long of platoon operations, being put in leadership positions and all this stuff. And the best part is because for about 3 weeks you're going to be out in the field. For about 3 weeks you're going to be out doing platoon tactics, setting up patrol bases and doing little missions and stuff like that. And you're going to be doing this, and it's all going to lead up to this final event where it's your platoon, the other platoon versus the Op 4 platoon, so the enemy platoon. So there'll be, about 4 different platoons. There's going to be 3 versus 1, and it's just like a huge ultimate battle. And so whoever's the platoon leaders and the platoon sergeants at that time are going to be coordinating with the other platoons, and it's basically going to be like 150 people versus 50 people. And that was a lot of fun. The only sucky part was I got killed by an IDF indirect fire, which was great. But that was really fun. It was just like so many people, freaking people, just like that was a lot of fun, just to be around it. What's good, Matt Ward? How are you doing, man? I am doing good. And Jonathan Arvizo, I got 42 days left till I ship to Fort Sill. Each day gets exciting, but as I get closer, I get nervous as well. That sounds about right. Welcome to the club. You are probably in the same boat as several other people watching this live stream right now, because that's kind of how it goes. You're excited. The closer you get, the more nervous you get. Once you break that month mark, once you get inside that month when you're like, oh, crap, I got 1 month left or less than a month left, that's when you're going to be like, oh, shoot, like, what the heck? So, yeah, you're welcome to the club. What does the blue wrench on the chat symbolize? The blue wrench means that they are a moderator, right? So they can basically delete comments and stuff like that. Does Texas produce most wheat? I don't know. So you got Fort Sill. Do you know anything about the Canadian Armed Forces? I don't. What's up, Erica? Getting famous, bud. I don't know about that. But I did have Dollar Shave Club hit me up the other day, though. That was really cool. That is something. This isn't an ad for Dollar Shave Club. But I was always curious. I was like, with my viewers and stuff, we're all military, right? Or most of us are military, and we have to shave. Me, since I'm in the reserves, or if you're going to be in the reserves, you don't necessarily have to shave every day. Hence this. But I do shave over here about every 2 days or so. So I was always curious. I'm like, I wonder if Dollar Shave Club is ever going to hit me up for like a deal. And sure enough, they did just the other day, which is pretty cool. That's just kind of mind-blowing to me. I'm like, holy freaking crap. And Lone Wolf 308. You got a 308? Hey, man, sending you an awesome patch for your wall soon. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, I picked up a patch today, so I'm really excited to put this on the wall, probably like right there. Thanks for your awesome videos. Oh gosh, don't lose it. Thanks for your awesome videos and tips. Running is getting better. Getting back into CrossFit soon before I go. Any advice for shin splints? So the first thing for shin splints that I always ask people is like, what kind of shoes do you have? Because shoes are huge. And even if you do have a pair of running shoes, the insoles can be flattened. So what happens is when you're running and you have your running shoes, the insoles are going to be, when you get a new pair of shoes, they feel all fluffy and everything. They feel super comfortable. And then after so many months, they just don't feel new. And it's because the insoles have flattened out. Like the cushion is literally flattened out. So if you're running, that's going to be a lot harder on your feet. So one of the ways to help with that is do something like I've been doing. Like if you can't afford to buy like an extra pair of shoes solely for running, that's okay. But I also do say that running and stuff is like a part of your job, and you're actually going to use it, right? So I think it's a really good investment. So buying a pair of shoes that you only wear for running, and you don't wear those shoes like when you're in the gym. So like let's say I was wearing like these shoes, and then I go and like I do deadlifts or squats with them. Well, that's going to really compress down the pad. So you want to have a pair of running shoes for just running, preferably one that's not super old so the pad's not worn down, because that actually makes a huge difference. If you already have that, then the next thing is number 2, you're running too much, you're running incorrectly. So those are 2 big things. So if you're running too much, that means you kind of need to, number 1, probably take a break for like a week or so, even though you might not want to, but take a break for a little bit. Let your shins heal a little bit, ice them, do all that. You could wear these shin sleeves, which you can, I can't show you guys my shins, but you can wear these sleeves for your shins and your calves. That might help a little bit with that. But your running form is huge. A lot of people will slam their heel to the ground, but really it's kind of like a midfoot thing or a toe thing. If you run solely on your toes too much, it might mess up your calves a little bit. But form is big. But I think the biggest problem for a lot of people is either their shoes are crap or they're running way too much and you're just increasing it too fast. So if you go from 0 to 100 real fast, you're going to get hurt. So you want to have really slow progression to increase your running. Even though it might suck and you might be like, oh yeah, I can run more today, just tone it back a little bit, especially if you have a lot of time to prepare. Then you will be better off in the end. Yeah, it is awesome, Erica. And did we have Cody over here with a freaking whopping $30 super chat? Hey man, I've been watching for about a year. Wow, a year. I've been making these videos for about a year. I can't remember if you answered this in the past video. I leave in next Monday as an 11 X-ray. How does the Army decide who's an 11 Bravo versus 11 Charlie? So I don't know the exact answer, but I know you're going to find out really by the end of basic training. I'm not sure really, to be completely honest, I'm not sure the criteria of it and all that, because I wasn't infantry. I didn't go through infantry basic training or infantry one station unit training, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. You're probably going to get the one that you want, just so you know. So I wouldn't stress too much about it. Just do good at your PT, do good at the range and everything. Like I said, the video with Nava the Beast. When's the video with Nava the Beast coming out? Like I said a little while ago, I'm pretty sure he's flaking out on me. I'm pretty sure. And I talked about, I don't know necessarily why, but, he's not being very professional about this whole thing. So that's that. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Fine. If he doesn't, that's also the thing. If he doesn't actually want to do it, even though he told me he was going to, and we talked for a little bit, if he doesn't want to, then he doesn't want to. Or if he wants to prolong it until after his physique show, then that's fine. But you don't just Anyways, how can you learn to swim while being stationed? Get somebody who knows how to swim fairly well, and then do it, and they'll teach you or whatever. How do I donate? It's just a little $ button. That's also super chat. I have these 4-year-old running shoes. Need new ones. Yes, if your shoes are 4 years old, you definitely need new ones. Something that more serious runners will do is they'll have 2 or 3 different pairs of running shoes. I had 2 pairs of running shoes, but both of my running shoes now that I had, my Nike ones, I've put in about 300 miles or so on both of those. So those are a little more worn down, which is why I bought those Brooks. But I only bought one of those because they were more expensive. But people do get multiple running shoes because you can alternate your shoes. So they won't wear out as fast. Do you have to pay for your dog tags? No, you do not. And a question people ask me is when you get them, you should get them at the last day of reception. If you don't, you should get them really the first week of basic training. Will you take Firehouse patches? I think that one's like a firefighter patch right here. I think. Yeah, pretty sure it is. Matt is so interactive with his viewers. Wow. That's the goal. I mean, it is definitely way more difficult now. It is way more difficult now. To be completely honest, I try to answer things all the time on social medias, but that's impossible. I think I have over 1,000 DMs that I haven't answered because that's just impossible. But I definitely do my very best. It's one of the reasons why I do these live streams, to interact with you guys. But yeah, I think it was around about, because I was spending hours every day, replying to direct messages and stuff. And then I hit about 30,000 subscribers. Then it was hard to get back to every single person, because there was these different phases that you hit as a YouTuber. There's a phase when you're getting comments and you can reply to every single comment. And then that gets a little bit too overwhelming, and you can't reply to every single comment, but you're getting DMs and stuff on Instagram and Snapchat, and you can reply to all those. And then it reaches a point where you can't reply to every one of those. Right now, the best place to reach me is actually Twitter. If you ever at me, the only time I won't answer that, I had a few people that I checked my Twitter right before I got on here that messaged me on there. But Twitter right now is like the best place to reach me. I'm not on there like super all the time, but I mean I only get like a couple messages or something. So it's, you know, if you message me on there, I will see it. But there might be a day when that doesn't happen. But I hope it doesn't happen. Anyways, can you bring your Nike shoes to basic, or does it have to be a specific brand? It doesn't have to be a specific brand, but you might not get to actually use those running shoes. So if you bring your pair of running shoes and you want to use those, that's fine. What's going to happen is they're going to force you to buy another pair of running shoes. And then once you get to basic training, not reception, but once you get to basic training, you could potentially talk to your drill sergeant or ask them if you can use your pair of running shoes. That could be a thing, but that's not guaranteed whatsoever. So you could potentially use your running shoes, but you might not. I also wouldn't really even recommend it that much, because it's not like the running shoes you're going to get at basic training are going to be fine. They're going to be fine, and they're going to get messed up. So if you have your own running shoes, if you actually end up using those, then they're going to get messed up and they're going to get destroyed. So keep that in mind. If you have a nice pair of running shoes that you like, I would not wear them at basic training or attempt to wear them, because they're going to get messed up, unless you just have the money to just, you know, not worry about that. Herber Bernal, August 6th, basic training at Fort Benning, AIT, Fort Gordon, 25 Sierra. Oh, okay, so you're going to Fort Gordon. You know, you might actually be at Fort Gordon when I'm at Fort Gordon, believe it or not. If you guys didn't know, I'm going to Bullock, my basic officer leadership course. What is it? February 6th? February 6th? And I'm going to be gone. Like, I'm going to be gone for 4 months. And I'll be gone from, like, February 6th to June 6th. Or maybe it's February 12th to June 12th. I can't remember. It's one of those two. But I'm going to be at Fort Gordon for that period of time. So, for all of you guys that are at AIT at Fort Gordon, you might very well end up seeing me there, because I'm going to be spending a lot of time at the gym on the base. So, that is pretty sweet. We'll be sending Pat Sheen, Chris flowers. Please do. I'm telling you guys, just fill it up. And Erica, why haven't you sent me your patch? I'm waiting. Come on, man. Where did all this stuff go? I feel like I just missed like 50 messages. It just popped up. Where did it go? Zane Jackson. Peanut butter. Any thoughts on MPs? I've talked about MPs a lot. I think as a general sense, like, yeah, some people, I guess, that don't like MPs. I don't really have any real stigma against them. Cash Key, what's up, Matt? 60-pound lighter since March this year. That is freaking awesome, especially since March. That is really good. Hoping to leave. That's like 15 pounds a month. That's good. Hoping to leave in November. Ran into some trouble with medical records. Well, that's not good. The weight loss is great. The medical record issue, hopefully you get that sorted out and everything. Are you on Facebook, Matt? Andrew, I am not on Facebook. At least not like my Matt Ward Facebook. I have my personal Facebook, which I just want to leave for my personal Facebook. I don't think I want to do like a Facebook page, at least not right now, because I have so much stuff on my plate. Like right now, I have so much stuff to do. It's absolutely insane, and sometimes it's overwhelming or whatever, because, you know, I work 70 to 80 hours a week, and then I go to the gym, and then I have a girlfriend that I want to talk to at least like for 30 minutes a night or something, because she's in training. And so, like, that's my free time. Like, my free time that I have, I basically talk to my girlfriend on the phone for 30 minutes before bed, and then I go to sleep. That's about it. Or if I do have more free time, I might do a vlog, which hopefully I can have one out this week. It's been, you know, gone. Because if you guys didn't know, whenever I do my vlogs, I try to do them on the weekends, because that's like the only time I have a little bit of time. And I've been gone for the past 2 weekends, so I haven't had time to do a vlog. By the way, fun fact: if you go to the USO at Fort Worth, Dallas Fort Worth Airport, that USO is awesome. I'm just saying, it's got a little gym in there. It's great. His Facebook is separate from YouTube Live. Yeah. My Facebook page, it's a little reminder that nobody cares. So, like, if I post a picture on Instagram, it'll get a couple hundred likes or whatever. If I post a video on YouTube, it'll get a couple thousand views. Or if I post something on Snapchat, there'll be over 1,000 people that see it. But like on Facebook, when I post a picture on Facebook, I might get like 5, 10 likes or something. And they're all family members. It's just a little. It's just for me. It's just for me and my family members and some of my friends or whatever that I went to high school with or whatever. So I just. That's just, anyways. What's your max bench, Matt? The last one that I did this year was 335 pounds. I was going for 340 for this year before I did my little cut. But I'm pretty sure I'd had a minor tear in my chest. And then I ended up not going for the 340 because I think I tore my chest muscle. But 335 pounds. And at the time that I did that, I think I weighed 181 pounds, maybe 182 pounds at the time. So that was that. This bulk around, I'm thinking I might be able to get, I think my goal is going to be like 360 pounds for this bulking cycle. At least, 350 at least. But the goal is going to be like 360 is going to be the goal. To weigh about 180 and bench 360 is going to be the goal. So, where did these super chats come from? Let me scroll down. Did it miss it? What the freak? Kevin Gregory. Hey, Matt, chilling at AIT right now for 91 Lima at Fort Leonard Wood. Just wanted to swing through and say thanks for the pre-basic tips. Really appreciate that. I hope I just helped out a little bit. I know everybody's basic training experience is going to be slightly different. Some of the tips might be beneficial for you in your specific situation or whatever. But I think as a general theme of my channel, if you just watch some of my videos, you're going to have your mindset is going to be a little bit better off when you arrive to basic training. Like if you watch the reception video, the basic training red phase video, the white phase video, the blue phase video, just those, maybe like a tip video or something. So if you just watch a couple of my videos, I think it puts you in a better mindset for basic training, which is really good in my opinion. It just helps you out a little bit. Drew Winter, what's up, Matt? My son leaves 8:20 to Benning. Coming up soon in that's 3 weeks away. 3 weeks. So good luck to him. Tell him I said good luck. He's leaving at not a bad time. It's the end of August, so he's going to get there and it's going to be a little bit hot, but it's going to cool down by the end of it. And then he'll be home for, depending on what his MOS is, he should be home for home block leave for Christmas, which will be nice. I can't even believe I just said Christmas. Like, is it really even, coming up soon? Like, it's 4 or 5 months away? Like, holy cow. Seahawk fan, hey, Matt, I leave for MEPs tomorrow at Fort Jackson. Any last-minute tips? So, number one, like I mentioned earlier in the live stream, I have a video called Last Minute Tips. Check it out if you haven't already. But my last minute tips, like if you're leaving for MEPs tomorrow, it's just get a good night's rest tonight. Enjoy your family. There's not really anything that's going to be like crazy that you're going to have to learn. Like, oh my gosh, make sure you go do this, that, and the other, and learn the chain of command and learn all this and that. If you don't know the rank structure, hopefully at least brush up on that a little bit so you actually call people by the right name and don't call a sergeant sir, or don't call an officer sergeant, or don't call a first sergeant, call him first sergeant or sergeant major, depending on who you're talking to. So know the basics of the ranks, I guess. But really just, last day, enjoy it. Make sure everything's squared away with your family so, you're not stressing out about stuff. So that's just the last minute tips for people. I think it's just to enjoy it. Anyways, I'm either setting my sights on the police force, Marines, or the Army. I'm scared to see which one I decide to do. Literally make out a pros and cons list of all of those and go off of that. Who's ready for Nava versus Matt? I've talked about that already several times anyways. Never mix up rank and grade. Yep. Experience with warrant officers. They're ghosts, y'all. They're ghosts. You never see them. You're honestly my favorite YouTuber. I really appreciate that. I really do. See, it feels like if people didn't know, I've only been doing Army videos for a little over a year now, a year and like 2 months or so, and I've only been taking it seriously for 8 or 9 months, 8 or 9 months. So it's not been that long since, I mean, I've got like 62,000 subscribers right now. It wasn't that long ago that I was at like 5,000. You know, it wasn't. I hit 10,000 in December, so it's not been that long. Anybody else miss Papa Drip? Matt, how tall are you? I am 5'10" and about that much, like 5'10" and a quarter maybe, depending on who's measuring me. Matt, what can we send you for your wall other than patches? You can send me, and I've talked about this too. Well, I talked about it in my video. So for my wall right here, you can send me anything, right? So there's patches that go right here, but like this painting, this right here is by Battleground Cigars. He's a elite ambassador sponsor for Patreon. So he's one of the Patreon guys. Luke's Truck and Life. He's got the little truck right here. I actually tried to put a bigger shelf here because he sent me the fuller size truck, but I kind of totally failed putting the extra shelf up. So I want to put more stuff up here. There's some stuff right here. Ann gave me. There's a little army dude right there. But yeah, so you can send me anything that you think could go on a wall that's relatively small that I could put right here. Feel free to do it, or you can just send me patches. PO box is in the description. So that's that. Do you take Civil Air Patrol unit patches? Yeah, whatever patches. I've officially, you can send me whatever. This is technically a ROTC patch. That is a, I think, firefighter patch. That is a Iraqi forces patch. This is my old ROTC patch. Anyways, you're honestly the only reason why I'm going to the Army. Thanks for all the info. You're a big help. I'm not the only reason. You know, one of the things that's going to happen when you get to basic training, sometimes the drill sergeants might be like, "Why did you join?" Don't say Matt Ward. Don't say Matt Ward. You know, that's kind of funny. One little video topic that I do want to do. Sorry if that's loud. I was just moving the thing around. One video topic that I do want to do is like go around and interview kind of a lot of different soldiers and stuff, and then kind of ask them why they joined. Because I want to, you know, there's a lot of reasons why people join, but I want to, you know, get it on video and like really ask people why did they join and see if there's like a theme kind of thing. Because I know why I joined. Have you tried Quest Nutrition's pizza yet? No, I haven't. Did not know that was a thing. What's the difference between 11 X-ray contract and 11 Bravo contract? 11 X-ray contract, the X is like a variable. So you haven't been selected for 11 Bravo or 11 Charlie or whatever yet. Because America. What? Sir, how many grunts dislike you? Not many. You know? I don't think not many. I think the only people that don't like me are just people who don't like America. And that sounds probably really weird, but some of the real hate that I get on this channel is for people who just like hate the military, and they'll comment and just be like, F you, F the military, you know, all y'all are stupid, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I'm just like, nah, you're pretty retarded. And, you know, they'll say things, and it's just kind of hilarious to me. I posted something on Snapchat, I think, recently about a hate message or whatever. And maybe one day I'll do a video, like, responding to stupid comments. But anyways. Two questions. How much do you know about one station unit training? Well, one station unit training, it depends on what MOS you're talking about, because infantry is not the same, is not the only MOS that has one station unit training. And two, what are the odds of Ranger going into combat right now? I would say if you are in the 75th Ranger Regiment, I would say it is 100% likelihood. And one station unit training, I mean, it is basic training and AIT together at the same unit, at the same station. One station unit training. the basic training portion, the first 10 weeks or so is going to be basic training. Then after that, you're going to graduate, blah, blah, blah. Then the next day, you just stay at the same spot and you start AIT or the rest of your 1 station unit training. There's not really, much to say about that. But yeah, if you go into the 75th Ranger Regiment, you're going to get deployed. You are going to see combat. If you don't, I would be very surprised. I missed the flag background. I watched one of my own videos, like it was my, I think it's my channel trailer, even though I don't have a channel trailer. That one has the little background. I guess so, but I think this is better in my opinion, because like y'all can be incorporating all that stuff. Like these are different patches from you guys. These are different things that have been sent to me from you guys, like this painting and everything. Ellen's flag that she made for me right here, so like that's in the background of these videos whenever I record them right here, so that's freaking awesome. It's literally like Ellen, if you're watching this right now, like that is freaking, it's awesome. And then it's like the perfect freaking background in my opinion for like the overhead shot of where I do the window thing. Anyways, but things have got to change. I've got to freaking change my like profile picture and my outro, because I'm enlisted in that. I'm not enlisted anymore. I'm a freaking second lieutenant. So like I got my specialist rank on in my profile picture. So it's just like I just need to change it. But I'm just like, do I copy the same exact thing or do I do something different? I don't know. Sometimes I'm not really creative with these things, and I'm just like, I need some ideas, guys. I need some ideas. DWK, what's up? My dad puts his cigarettes out on my forehead. That's not good. That is abuse. That's not good at all. Came across your channel a few weeks ago, and I've watched a ton of your videos. No date yet, but I'm hopefully leaving for 1 station unit training in the next few weeks. Just wanting to give a big thanks for the vids. I appreciate that. Next few weeks. If you hold on, did you say you got to your recruiter yet? No date yet. So if you haven't gone to your recruiter yet, next few weeks might be pushing it a little bit. Might be, a couple months out, a month to 3 months, I would say, on average. Can you go airborne? Wait, oh gosh, what was the question? Where did it go? Can you do airborne and ranger school? You can. Yes. So yes, that answers that question. I like Humvees. Yeah, Humvees are great until you have to ride in them. And then they're not the most comfortable thing in the world. A short distance is not bad, but when you ride in a Humvee for a couple hours, like I have before several times, it's not all that comfortable. Especially if you sit in the back where there's like this metal freaking bar right at your shins, and it's just like, this is not good. You got no leg room. There's more leg room in the front. So anyways, Jonathan, going off chat, see you in the next live stream. See you, Jonathan. It took forever, Ellen. Yeah, I believe it. You paid money to troll. What? Talk to you later. Matt is in the Army, not the Marines. Yep. I'm in the Army. What if none of your family shows up for family day graduation? That is a good question. I haven't made a video on it. I guess I'm surprised that I haven't, and I didn't talk about it on my family day video and my graduation day video. But if no family or anybody shows up to your family day or graduation, what's going to happen is you and your buddies, who also their family members didn't show up, you guys are going to go around the base and everything. That's basically going to be it. Like, you're just going to, call a taxi, just ride over to the PX or something, go over to the bowling alley, go watch a movie, you and your battle buddies. So it's just going to be a little, just a little hangout time for you guys. You don't have to stress about anything. And then you come back at the same time as everybody else. You're just not going to be with family. Or what you can do, if you're really good friends with one of your battles, then you can go hang out with their family if they are okay with it. Obviously, you don't want to be like, hey, let me come and hang out with you guys. But if one of your friends is like, hey, you don't have your family here, you want to come hang out with us, then you can hang out with somebody else's family, and all that. Bro, can you talk about credit you will get at AIT? I'm not sure what you mean by credit. Like credit or like college credits. That's like two things that I'm thinking about. College credits, you may or may not get some depending on what you do. Me, I got 3 college credits. I was told I was going to get all these college credits. Like, you're going to get so many college credits. It's going to be like a freaking like associate's degree, blah, blah, blah. That's not true. That's definitely not true. But I got 3 college credits, and they were for like an elective. So they were just like an elective things. Basically, I got like 1 class from doing that. I could have tested out of one of my college courses, I think, but I didn't realize that college course that I was taking on network security and stuff was like the exact same thing that I learned in AIT. So I could have tested out of that course, I think. But anyways, Luke, what's up, man? LT, long time no see. I know, right? I know. I just noticed that there's not a space after that pipe bar in my thing. Alright, I just got Erica Bernie just texted me. Anyways, what did you say? Thought your fans, were going to have to go rescue you from Texas. Glad to see you got home safe. God bless. Yes, like, oh my gosh, my flight yesterday was supposed to leave at like 6:15, and then it was delayed until like 10:40 p.m. Like, I got like a text like every like 20 minutes being like, all right, it's delayed to 7:15. It's delayed to 7:50. It's delayed to 8:30. And I'm like, oh, shoot. And then it's like, it's delayed to 9:15. I'm like, oh, my gosh. It's delayed to like 9:50. Oh, my gosh. And it's like, it's delayed. I got like literally on my phone like 8 or 9 texts of the flight that I was supposed to be getting on delayed. Like every 15 minutes, I got a text saying it was delayed like an extra 30 minutes. And I was just like, oh, this is terrible. But I finally did get home. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh, that was a pain. But like I said, luckily the Dallas airport, the USO is nice. It's the nicest one that I've been to. That's what my brother and his battle buddy and I did because I'm the only one who showed up. Oh, I gotcha. I've seen 100 videos. Peanut butter. Have you really? I'm surprised. I wonder if that person here who's still here, that was the whole peanut butter thing. Somebody used to always ask me if I would sell the flag for peanut butter. Can you go to Ranger School while in the Army Reserve? You can, but it is unlikely. And if you are enlisted, it is very, very, very highly unlikely. For me as an officer, it's unlikely, but I think that I will be able to go. But the reason being is, I can't think of a whole lot of circumstances whenever you would need to do that, because your unit in the Army Reserve is going to have to pay for you to go. And they're going to have to pay a lot of money for you to go. So you're going to have to do something really good or really be an officer, because Ranger School is like an officer leadership course almost. If you go into the 75th Ranger Regiment, you're probably going to end up going to Ranger School. If you go in a combat arms MOS and you're an officer, you're probably going to go to Ranger School. But anyways, is the Bible being banned in the Army? No, definitely not. Piper, what's going on with the 1999 super chat? We miss you so much. Love your videos. Thank you. I miss you guys too. It's been so long since I've done a live stream. It's probably been actually like 2.5 weeks. For me, it just feels like forever. I know some people are like, oh, it's only been like 2 weeks. But for me, it feels like a long time. It feels like a really long time, especially because I've been gone on the weekends and stuff, and I haven't had time to like put videos out as consistently as I wanted to the past 2 weeks. It just feels, I feel like I'm feeling disconnected, y'all. I'm feeling disconnected from this whole thing, so I gotta, I'll have a video up tomorrow. What's the most funny thing that has happened to you in the military? The most funny thing. The thing that just popped into my head, I don't want to put that on YouTube. So, skip. What's a good body weight training routine for someone who doesn't have a weightlifting set? So, a lot of things that I do. So, you should spend like the whole $20 or whatever it'll cost, or $30 to get the little pull-up bar that you can put over your door, because that would be awesome, because then you can do your lower abs by like hanging on it. You can do pull-ups, you can do chin-ups, you can do whatever. But I mean, bodyweight exercise, doing air squats and stuff, doing one-legged squats, doing wall sits, doing different variations for push-ups. I guess my throat is starting to mess up. Whew. Variations for push-ups, doing some of the different exercises that I've done for my push-ups. That I've done the diamond grip, the close grip, and the wide grip. Doing that thing that I've talked about. Was it the last vlog that I did? It might have been the last vlog that I did, or the vlog before the last vlog. I don't remember. But one of the last vlogs I did a cool little countdown pull-up and push-up exercise. There's all kinds of things. I mean, bodyweight is actually really good. If you want to look up really good calisthenics workouts, better than I would just come up with off the top of my head right now, just Google calisthenics workouts. What supplements do I use? I use BPN supplements. If you didn't know, I'm sponsored by BPN. The guys over there are really cool. Nick Bear, Preston. They're awesome. I've been working with them for a while now. Probably for like 7 or 8 months actually. But yeah, so I use all their supplements. I use their protein, their pre-workouts, their endo pump, the creatine, the focus. My 2 favorite things probably are obviously the protein, the cinnamon roll protein. Oh, cinnamon roll protein, y'all, is the bomb. And then I like the Focus and endo pump for sure. But anyways, speaking of that, they did just release a new set of the whole protein and everything is totally, it's like they redid the formula, and then in a couple of days they're coming out with the new Embrace the Suck pre-workout, which is going to be really cool because I tried that. By the way, with the whole BPN, I was up at the BPN headquarters or whatever, I don't know, like a month and a half ago or something like that, and Nick, he let me try the pre-workout that they're coming out with in like 2 days, and man, like I was like, this is literally the freaking bomb, and I'm excited. So I took that pre-workout before I did a workout with them, which is awesome. Anyways, so I'm actually really excited for that. That's awesome, Andrew. Going to talk about Devon. Okay, you're talking to him. You need 20/20 vision to become a United States Air Force fighter pilot. That's probably true. You also need perfect depth perception. Yeah. I mean, it's difficult to become a pilot. There's people all the time like, I want to be a pilot. I want to be a pilot. You know, it's number one, difficult to be accepted. The physical standards are harder. You got to be smart. All these kinds of things. What's your favorite NFL team? The Carolina Panthers. I'm from Charlotte. Like, the Carolina Panthers NFL stadium is like, it's like, well, I guess how far away is it? It's about a 15-minute drive or less, because, you know, gotta go through the city. Yeah, it's like 15 minutes away or less. I'd say no, 12 minutes. Let's just be more specific, like, because 15 minutes wasn't specific enough. Now instead of the Army, I'm joining the Air Force. Your videos still help though. David Allen, I can't believe you. That is ridiculous. I'm just kidding. That's okay. That is awesome. That is still fine. Not hating on the Air Force or anything. Although, me and my girlfriend, if you guys did not know, me and my girlfriend Faith, she's in the Air Force. She's in the Air National Guard. And she actually, about 3.5 years ago now, she went to Army basic training, and she got injured and she broke her foot at Army basic training. She got sent home or whatever, joined the Air Force. Kind of the reason being is you don't ruck march in the Air Force. When you go to the Air Force basic training, you're not going to ruck. I'm just telling you guys, you're not going to ruck. So some of the things that she told me about Air Force basic training, like, it surprised me a lot, like a lot, because you don't take this the wrong way, but you don't do anything. You stay inside and you do classwork the entire time. And you do drill and ceremony and things like that, but you don't do anything like in the Army, except for Beast Week, which is where you spend 5 days in the field, or in tents or whatever in Air Force basic training, whereas in like the Army basic training, we're like outside doing stuff all the time. Like the majority of Army basic training is outside, whereas the majority of Air Force basic training was just, you know, inside in a classroom, which really surprised me when she told me that. But we will, me and her, especially since she has Army basic training experience and Air Force basic training experience, we will make a video. I guess I'm going to see her again in like 3 weeks, maybe then. we'll see, but that video will come out, and it'll be interesting because there's not many people who have been to both basic trainings. Because if you go, Army to the Air Force, you're not going to have to go to basic training again, I believe. But if you go from Air Force to Army, you do, I believe. There's not many people who switch branches, and for her to have gone to basic training for both branches inside of 3 years will be a unique experience, and I think for thing to talk about. Hey, how far is Bessemer City from you? Also, how is your favorite airman doing? She is doing good. Let me actually Google that, because Luke is the bomb. Bessemer City. Let's look here. Look at the map. Oh, okay. So that's just east of Gastonia. So Gastonia is a little bit less than an hour. I would say it's no more really than an hour away from me, because you're going to be taking the interstate the entire way. So I would say about it. Let's just say an hour away, give or take 5-10 minutes. Anyways, I was just someone in Canadian infantry seeing combat. I got no clue about the Canadian infantry. I don't know. Really need this answered. Thanks, Matt. I'm in the United States military. I'm not in the Canadian. So the odds of an infantry guy, I don't know. The Canadian military doesn't do that much stuff, overseas as much as we do. So I'm sending something, a Carolina Panthers surprise with the patch soon. Okay. That's awesome. If you're sending me patch, that's awesome. But yeah, Carolina Panthers are the bomb. I think the Carolina Panthers were founded, I think, the year after I was born, in 1994, if I'm not mistaken. And I was born in 1993. So, anyways. What's tougher, basic training in extreme heat or extreme cold? What do you say? What's tougher? I would say, from what I understand, I would say extreme cold. The reason being, I had a captain at my advanced camp, and he went to Ranger School. He went to Ranger School over the winter, and he said, hell isn't hot, hell is cold. And, it's kind of true, because when it's hot, you're gonna be in a heat cat 5, so you're gonna get to roll up your sleeves and stuff. You're gonna get to unblouse your boots. You're gonna get to take your PC off. You're gonna get to drink water and all that stuff. But when it's freezing cold, then it's freezing cold, and you're out at the range, and you're just like trying to shoot, and your fingers are cold, doing all kinds of stuff. I think that being out in the cold is worse. The only thing about the heat is getting heat rash. I get heat rash, which is freaking a pain in the butt, and I get it kind of bad. So it's basically when you're out in the field for several days and you haven't showered, and it's like 100 degrees and you're just sweating all the time and you can't shower. I mean, you got baby wipes or whatever that you can wipe off with, but basically what essentially happens is you sweat, and like the salt crystals and stuff from your sweat gets like in your skin, and it just like irritates your skin, and you get like all these little things. So you can Google like heat rash, and there's a lot of people, like most people get it. I get it a little bit worse than most, I think. I would say definitely worse than most, but a lot of people get it, and it is annoying. Like it's like sometimes you call it prickly heat, but it's just super annoying, and it's like stings you. So like you're gonna be walking around, it's gonna be hot, and like your clothes moving around, it's just gonna be really irritating. So that's one of the bad things about the extreme heat. But to clarify, I would say that going to basic training in 10 degree weather versus 100 degree weather, I would rather go in 100 degree weather. Even though those aren't really too extreme, but 10 degrees is pretty cold and 100 degrees is pretty hot. Anyways, I'm from New England. I can handle cold. I swim in Maine. The water is 50 degrees, so I'm a polar bear. I mean, I believe that, but there's a thing that's like you can't escape it. So like one of the things like with the military is like there's no escaping it. There's a lot of times that you're gonna be in these circumstances like, oh yeah, it's not bad, but when you can't escape from that circumstance, it freaking sucks. When I was at some training thing recently, this past year, we were up. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and we're outside and everything. We had to get up, and I think it was in the 20s. It was in the 20-something degrees, and it was like slightly windy or whatever. And it was just like only wearing like what I was wearing, like the top. Like it was, you can't escape it. That's one of the bad things. That's one of the bad things. How was being a sniper in the Army in your opinion, or what you have heard? My little brother's girlfriend's brother, when he was a sniper or whatever, he didn't deploy or whatever. Like, this is one of those things. Like, he was infantry, went sniper, and he was stationed in Texas his entirety of his 4 years. He does want to get back in. I'm thinking he's wanting to go back in and do like National Guard or something like that. Maybe go active duty again. But yeah, like just because you go infantry or just because you become a sniper doesn't mean you're gonna deploy and see combat or whatever. So that's a really good example. But being a sniper, I think it's this thing that a lot of people think is really cool. You're like, yeah, I want to be a sniper. Like, it's freaking awesome. Number one, the training is more difficult. The training is more difficult, right? You actually have to be a freaking good shot. Like, if you just want to be a sniper, like, that's all fine and dandy. But you've got to be a good freaking shot. And just because, you and your dad or you and whatever with your AR-15 or whatever, or you with your whatever with a scope are really good at it, that's not a thing. Like for me, having never shot in an AR-15 or anything before basic training, going to basic training, and then being done with basic training, and even still now, even though I'm not infantry or anything, but I've taken the skills I've learned that I was taught at basic training and everything, I can like smoke anybody else at the range right now. That's not cocky, but it is at the same time. Like anybody, if we're shooting at a target, I can shoot it with iron sights, with whatever, like just the basic fundamentals of marksmanship that they teach you. If you really apply those things, you're gonna do a lot better. But becoming a sniper is pretty difficult. But one of the things that I quickly learned, like, I thought it would have been pretty cool to be a sniper, go to sniper school if I got the chance. But like laying in the prone position for an extended period of time, not being able to go to the bathroom, pooping your pants, peeing your pants, staying there with your head up, like, it's just I don't know if I want to do that. Nope, because you'll lay in the prone position for a little while at basic training. You'll lay in prone, you'll be pulling security. That's what it's called. You're pulling security, and it's just like you lay there for like 3 hours and you're just laying there looking down your sights. You're just like, I don't want to do this for 2 days straight. Like, which is what snipers might have to do sometimes. Anyways, I hunt a lot. I go hunting with my ex-Army veteran. What did you branch into? I'm a signal officer, so signal. I branched signal. If you ever get a chance, would you ever consider trying out for something like American Ninja Warrior? You wouldn't believe the number of military personnel try out for it on an annual basis. Yes, I would. I think it would be really cool just to try it. I do a lot of pull-ups, so that would be like a benefit to me. I do a lot of pull-ups and things like that, so I guess I would excel at that part. But I mean, sometimes those obstacles look easy, but I'm sure they're way more difficult than it actually seems. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. Ever plan to go active? I want to deploy. I want to stay in the reserves for my career. It's probably going to end up being like 25 years or even longer. I feel like if I ever reached 25 years, I would probably just stay in, but I do want to deploy 3 or 4 times, but going active duty would mean that I would have to, basically give up my civilian job. This whole YouTube thing, like, you want to be getting these videos, kind of thing. At least not as much. Anyways. But I want to deploy, but doing active duty is different. Like, for me with the reserves, like, the one thing was, like, when you're in the reserves, like, you're doing your drilling and stuff, But when you deploy, you come back home. Whereas if you're active duty, you deploy and you just go back to another base somewhere. You never really get to do your job until you're deployed. So like if you're, let's say if you're the National Guard and you're infantry in the National Guard, you're gonna be doing some training and stuff, and you're infantry in active duty, you're gonna be doing some training and stuff. You're gonna be doing training, some every day. But at the end of the day, you don't really get to do your job until you deploy. So like reserves or guard, you deploy, you do your job, you come back home and you work, you go home or whatever. Active duty, you deploy, you do your job, you come back home and do training stuff. That's just my point of view on things. Thoughts on 19 kilo? I've talked about that. I think a lot of people are doing 19 kilo. Man, Cal Scouts. My son, 0-1, or 01. Wait. Is he saying 01 is in like an officer? We'll be waiting for you at Garrison, Bavaria in the 173rd. Good luck. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. I want to become a combat engineer. Is that hard to get into? Not if it's available. If it's available, then you're good to go. If it's not available, then you can wait a little bit and then it will become available. Do videos with other military YouTubers. I will. Things take time. Like, guys, I literally have no time. Like, I don't have free time. And so like coordinating stuff, like it would have to be so to give you an idea of like how my schedule and stuff looks, Monday through Friday I can't do anything. Saturday and Sunday I still work. Both Saturday and Sunday I still work, but those are the only days that I could do something. But planning it out, there's at least 2 weekends a month that Saturday and Sunday are both taken, whether that's a drill or whatever. And then if I decide to go to Texas to see my girlfriend at tech school, then that's taken. So then there's only 1 free weekend out of an entire month, 1 free time that I have in an entire month. So like if I'm trying to schedule something with somebody, there's not much time I have. Anyways. Can you please make a video about Air Assault School? I have not been to Air Assault School, nor have I really talked to anybody who's been to Air Assault School. It's just mainly airborne. I'd like to go to Air Assault School. I think it'd be fun. I think it would be fun. What's your civ job? I'm a YouTuber. No, I'm a software developer. So I work full-time. As a software developer. And then I do these YouTube videos as well. So, Rangers lead the way. The Gain Train, 199 super chat. Thank you. That is, Rangers lead the way. Are they gonna let me have a watch at Benning? Yes, you can have a watch at Benning. I would suggest that you bring a watch to Benning. Can you still pick an MOS even if you don't know anything about that MOS? Let's just say someone wants to try something new. Yes, you can. At AIT or whatever, in every MOS, they are going to teach you like you don't know anything. So if you're like, oh, I'm going to do this job, but I don't know anything about it, if you qualified for that MOS with your ASVAB score and you go to training at AIT, like the first piece, the first block or whatever of instruction, of courses or whatever, is going to be geared towards the basics and give you that foundational knowledge to get everybody on the same page. Plus, even if you do know a lot about a specific topic, the military's twist on that is going to be different. So there'll be people who ask me like, oh, I have whatever degree in this. Can I skip AIT? And the answer is no, because you're going to be learning different things in AIT. Matt, you came up on Nava's video when he searched Fort Benning. Did I really? That's pretty cool. Can you make videos outdoors like 60-second push-ups? I guess I could, but, I don't know. I guess I probably should sometime. I do want to do this one thing, but again, I've been wanting to do it for the weekend for my Sunday push-up video, but anyways, I just haven't been home on the freaking weekend. What would you say is the hardest part of training, and what did you like best? I don't really know what I liked best about basic training besides me just saying pugils, because that was really freaking fun and very tiring. But the hardest part, I've always said, I hated the ruck marching because I have short steps and you have to ruck march in freaking formation, which is retarded. Hopefully you get to 100 million subscribers, so this will be your only civ job. 100 million? No. That's like, first of all, PewDiePie's only got like 60 something million, I think. No. But I mean, at some point, this is my ultimate goal for this whole YouTube thing, as far as like a career, would be to do YouTube full-time and then do software development part-time. That would be like the goal, because right now I'm doing software development full-time and I'm doing YouTube part-time. I would like to flip-flop that. I still want to do software development because that's what I'm passionate about. I love computers, I love programming. The company that I work at, I love working at that company. I would just like to take more of a backseat role on certain things at some point in this whole journey or whatever. The thing with YouTube is ad rates and stuff are crazy. It'll fluctuate a lot. You have to be consistent, and then my thing was like, if I were to ever do YouTube full time, it would have to be at a point to where, if YouTube just if it just cut in half, that I would still be okay. That's just my thing. But that's one of the reasons why I did the Patreon. So I can basically try to focus more on this and not stress about work so much, because and that's worked. Like with me having the Patreon, with me having the couple like sponsors that I have, with Dollar Shave Club and stuff hitting me up, like things like that, it helps me not stress about working so much, because with my 40-hour week job before, I would work like even more than that, and like I would go into work and then coming home to make more money, I would work extra, right? But now I don't do the work extra for software development. I just do that with YouTube, right? So that's that thing. So now, I used to do software development on Saturdays and Sundays, but now I don't do that. Like Saturdays and Sundays is like my YouTube days, where I'll vlog on a Saturday, I'll record or whatever, I'll do my Sunday push-up video, and I'll edit my video for Monday on Sunday, and so that's my time to do YouTube videos, record them, and all that. So anyways, I'm having a bit of trouble deciding to go Marine or Army. Go Army. Go Army. I mean, Marines are fine, but I would just say overall, depending on what you want to do, there's few areas that I think the Army is more beneficial or better or has more opportunities than the Army. I think the Marines, I don't know if I said that right, but I think there's few areas where the Marines is better than the Army. If you're talking about, specific job to job, that's one thing. But in a whole spectrum of things, like you can get promoted faster in the Army. It's just, I think, a better experience. All kinds of things. More opportunities, MEPs tomorrow and any worries. James Davis. Good luck at MEPs. I don't know what any's worries mean. Are you worried or not worried? He's a pushover. Go for 100 million subscribers. 100 million. No. But if you're talking about he's a pushover, fun fact, and I've talked about this a few times in live stream, I used to know PewDiePie. Fun fact, true story. I helped him get started back in the day when PewDiePie had 300 subscribers, was whenever I knew PewDiePie. Because he, if you guys didn't know, he used to make Call of Duty videos. Guess who also made Call of Duty videos? Me. And so I remember him, hit me up and me talking about him and all that stuff on the good old days. Last time I talked to PewDiePie, I think he had a little over 100,000 subscribers. It was a long time ago. Anyways, that's a fun fact that not many people know. Well, anyways, is Ligma a necessary process in MEPs? Yes, it is. Even though if you guys don't know what Ligma is, it is something that is fake. It's a good goal, though. A lot of people love your vids. Guys, I don't think y'all understand. 100 million subscribers. So like my subscriber base, I mean, 62,000. Like, to me, like 62,000 is freaking huge. Because like vloggers and stuff like that, like the pool of people that can watch is huge. Like, it's, you know, basically everybody. With me doing like military videos directed toward military training, there's not that many people that are, you know, interested in that. So like 62,000, you know, even though it's not like 62,000 watch every day, but like 62,000 people that have been interested enough to hit subscribe to me is like, wow. Like, in another field, I think like that's like a couple 100,000. Like, if I was a vlogger with the amount of space that I take up in this specific niche, I feel like it's, you know, big. You know, like, how many other Army YouTubers out there that do basic training, you know, informational videos kind of thing, or Army related videos for that matter? I think there's not that many. So, yo, what's up? Just found your channel recently, bro. Keep up the great work. Miguel Crespo, thank you. David Pesino, thank you for using your time to make these awesome videos. Thank you for your service. Thank you, David. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, I do enjoy this. And from the very beginning of me doing these videos, it's always been to help you guys out. Because this channel is what I wish I had whenever I joined. I've got faith in you, bro. You can hit 500,000 subs. Your videos are great, man. Thanks for your service. All the best to you, bro. Robbie, I guess 500,000 is more realistic, but I still don't think that's going to happen. Nava is about to hit 400,000. He's the biggest. The reason I think he's the biggest is because, number one, I mean, his videos and everything, but he's got more of a broad spectrum, I think. Even though it's all military related, it's more of like a vlog style thing. So it's not just informational, you know, which I think is kind of more geared towards what mine is. Mine, I feel like, is more related on my experiences, trying to help you guys out with your experiences, talking about topics and stuff every now and then, vlogs every now and then. But at the end of the day, I'm not a vlogging channel, which are the bigger channels now. If I made platoon leader first week and I know soldier's creed, etc., I'm physically fit, what's the chance of me not knowing something and getting demoted? Pretty high. So just because you know the soldier's creed or you know all this stuff, you getting fired as a platoon leader at basic training is going to be dependent upon how good of a leader you are, how well you can take orders from the drill sergeant and distribute that to your platoon, distribute that to the leadership under you, your squad leaders, and get your platoon to be the right place, right time, right uniform, on time, whatever. So that is going to decide whether you get fired or not. Also, it's going to be like I don't think, like, people don't get it. Like basic training, like, and it's not to scare you guys. Like, basic training is different from everything. I think in a general sense, most people who go to basic training are gonna be like, oh, this is easy. Like, this isn't bad. But if you are in a leadership position, it is a totally different ball game. Basic training is a totally different ball game if you are a platoon leader, a platoon sergeant, or even a squad leader, really, because your drill sergeants are for the platoon leader and the platoon sergeant. They're breathing down your throat the whole time. They're looking at you, right? And so you're gonna have to deal with that stress on top of the basic training stress, on top of everybody in your platoon getting pissed off at you because you got smoked or something. So how well you deal with that stress, how well you can make decisions on the fly, because the drill sergeant's going to tell you to do something, you're going to have to make a decision, and your decision could get the entire platoon smoked. Your decision could get everybody in trouble, and then your whole platoon is mad at you, and the drill sergeant's mad at you, and he's literally yelling at you. So anyways, it's not whether or not you know the soldier's creed. It's not that kind of thing. It's more of like, are you actually capable of leading soldiers? If you're not capable of leading soldiers, then you're going to get fired. And most people don't even make it a couple of days, a week or so. If you make it at least a week as a platoon leader, you're good. Me, if you guys didn't know, I made it basically the entire time at basic training. The whole story for me becoming the platoon leader, at basic, the guy before me who was picked first, I think he got fired after 2 or 3 days or something. And then, actually, no, this is actually what happened. It just hit me. So the guy who got picked first, so you pick a platoon guide and an assistant platoon guide, which is a platoon leader and platoon sergeant. So you pick I can't talk. You pick a leader and an assistant. And so after like 2 days, the platoon leader was fired, and then the assistant was promoted or something, like it was like temporarily or something like that. And then after like a day, he was fired, and then I got selected to be the platoon leader, and I was the platoon leader for the entirety of the rest of basic training, until the last day or something of blue phase or whatever for the final inspection. And I took the fall for my drill sergeant. My drill sergeant told us to do something, and the first sergeant came in and asked whose idea it was, and I said it was my idea. So I took the fall for my drill sergeant, and then the first sergeant fired me. And then when my drill sergeant came in and found out that my first sergeant fired me, he got pissed at my first sergeant. And the first sergeant was like, "Oh shoot, was that like you?" He literally said, "Oh, I'm sorry, was that your best soldier or whatever?" And my drill sergeant, I remember seeing from across the room, he was like, "Yes." And the first sergeant was like, "Oops, I'm sorry," because my drill sergeant, apparently he liked me, I was a good leader. Like when he told me to get something done, that's like we got it done kind of thing. And so whenever my first sergeant fired me, even though there was like 2 days left of basic training, there's still all this stuff that you had to do. And so him in his head is like, "Oh shoot, now I'm going to have to tell this other, turd face over here, and everybody's going to be all running around like a chicken with their head cut off and not knowing what to do." But anyways, that's kind of that story. But it is really funny, and and the guy, so like I told you guys, the guys got fired after like 2 days. Then I got picked, and that was it for like 8 weeks or something. And then when I got fired as the platoon leader, the guy that was selected, he was a good dude. I thought he was gonna be a good leader and everything. But after like a couple of hours, he was like, "Dude, this is freaking so stressful." And the next day, he's like, "I don't know how you freaking did this," because it is very stressful being the platoon leader. Because the drill sergeants are breathing down your throat. You got everybody in the platoon, going at you, trying to tell you what to do, or complaining about the decisions you make. Which is, I guess, one of the reasons. I mean, I'm an officer now. Now my job is going to be basically be a platoon leader of actual soldiers in the real military, not just basic training. Anyways, that is enough of that story. I'm 12. My father was an E4 11 Bravo in the 101st Airborne. I've been looking forward to joining as a combat engineer. My dad wants me to go infantry. What do I do? Is that a gnat? You do what you want to do. I know you just said you're 12 years old. So you have a very long time, and I've made a video if you're young. I made a video talking about if you're young wanting to join. And the gist of it is don't get fat. Stay in relatively good shape. Get your mind in the military mindset a little bit. But don't worry about it. You got 4 years until you're 16. And then you can kind of make sure you're trying to get in shape and everything. Because then at that time, you still have at least a year, maybe 2 years. But do what you want to do. Don't do what your parents want you to do. Do what you want to do. For sure. That's not even a question. You're still live? Yes, I've been live for an hour and a half. I was gonna get off a little while ago. I thought about it, and then I was like, nah, you guys are still awesome. So here I am. Do officers get hazed a lot? Definitely not. Definitely not. I would say cadets do. Do you have any tips for someone wanting to be a Marine? Why would you want to be a Marine? I'm just kidding. That was a total joke. Marines are awesome. But tips for wanting to be a Marine, I guess mentally prepare yourself. People, I think, like Nava, he did a video reacting to Army-based training. Like in order of precedence of the most physically difficult, it is going to go Marines are more physically difficult than the Army. Like just across the board, that's just going to be the facts, right? They're going to be more strict on different standards for uniforms. As across the board average, yes, you might have a drill sergeant in the Army that's more difficult than this Marine drill instructor. But at the end of the day, get your mindset right for the Marines. You're joining the Marines, right? And that's just my only real tip. Are you still Signal? Yes, I'm a Signal officer now. I am no longer 25 Bravo as a Signal MOS or whatever. ROTC tips. If you're wanting to go active duty, you need to volunteer a lot, right? So a huge contributing factor for ROTC, I'm going to make a video on the oil mill and everything, but a huge contributing factor is like peer reviews and your higher ups reviews. So your PMS, your instructors and stuff in ROTC, they are going to rank you. They're going to write basically an evaluation of you. They're going to say, out of these 20 cadets, you are rank number 15 out of 20, which means you're in the bottom part. They're going to say you're rank number 2 out of 20, which means it's really good. So you want to be in their face by volunteering, by going to PT, by doing all these things, especially if you want to get an MOS that's more difficult. If you want to go aviation, if you want to go med services, if you want to go infantry, if you want to do things like that, you're going to want to need to do good. For infantry, for enlisted, the ASVAB standard isn't as high, but for infantry, for officers, it's not the most difficult, but it's one of the more difficult because it's one of the more sought after MOSs for enlisted officers. So, anyways. No, I don't, Kylie. I think it's 0311. That type of question makes me miss the military. Sounds like something someone would ask. How was a 2-week drill like? So, for the 2 weeks of annual training, it can vary. So you can, in the Army Reserves or the Guard or whatever, when you're doing your annual training, that 2 weeks that they talk about, number one, it doesn't just have to be 2 weeks. It could be 2 weeks. It could be up to like really a month, really. But you could do everything from going and doing like combat training exercises, like huge things. My old unit, I missed their annual training. I think they're just getting back, maybe. But they went to California, and they're doing this big 10,000 soldier exercise. 10,000 soldiers in a military training exercise, right? Gearing up for deployment, maybe. But you can do things from that. They're just in the deserts of California or whatever, or Nevada. It's one of those two. And they're out there with no relief or anything like that. And so you could be doing things like that for your 2 weeks of annual training. You could do, 2 weeks of annual training where you help out some other training thing. So for advanced camp, ROTC, right? The summer training camp that you go to, there's going to be instructors and stuff there, right? And some of those instructors are reserve soldiers who are doing their annual training to be there and help you out. You could be doing humanitarian reliefs, going to different countries for your 2 weeks of annual training. So the 2 weeks of annual training could be really anything military related. You could go to a different country. You could stay here. You could go to your same unit and whatnot. But yeah, anyways. That is that. And it doesn't have to just be 2 weeks. It could be 3 weeks. You could go ADVON, which means that when you go to your 2 weeks of annual training, there's going to be like some prep to get ready for it. So there'll be a group of people who will go a week ahead of time. So they'll go a week ahead of time, and then so they're going to be there for those 2 weeks. So they'll be there for 3 weeks actually of annual training. And that ADVON, and it's not volunteered. Like, you're going to be voluntold. It's going to be like, all right, you're a freaking ADVON. You got to go a week extra. And it's going to be like, oh, well, shoot. But if you want to do it, then you have. Do you have your own shirts, hats that you sell? John Bagley, I do not. I'm sponsored by Jim Fidel. They got some awesome shirts. The link are in the description. I think it's like 15% off with code WARD. I am sponsored by BPN. I think he has some shirts. But as far as my own shirts, I don't have any. I don't have anything for myself. More and more I'm getting people who are asking me about it. I feel like, around 62,000 subscribers, most people have something by now. But at the end of the day, like, I don't want to do that just to do it. I want to do it right. For my Patreon supporters, what I'm about to do, which if you're a Patreon supporter, this is a little pro tip for you guys. I'm going to basically test with you guys out. So, like, I'm going to test you guys out. And whenever I do decide to do t-shirts or something like that, I will just send them to my Patreon supporters and ask them what they think. And that's kind of what I'm wanting to do. But my thought process is, if or when I reach 100,000 subscribers, I think that will be when I really start to think about that. Because at the end of the day, right now, it's a lot. I got a lot on my plate, and then adding that to research and develop and test all these shirts, like, I just don't have the time. I don't have the time, and I want it, whatever I do, to be awesome. Navy SEALs or Green Beret? I mean, they're kind of different. If I were to pick one, I would pick a Green Beret. Would you ever do a video with Nava the Beast? Yeah, we were supposed to do a video together, but like I talked about before, I'm pretty sure he's flaking out on me. I messaged him on Instagram. He gave me his number or whatever. We texted, but I'm pretty sure, I haven't heard from him in a while now. Pretty sure he's flaking out on me. So, would I do a video with Nava the Beast? Yeah, we were going to, but I have to ask him that again. What do I need to prepare for MEPs? Nothing. Just make sure your story is the same as with your recruiter, or watch my video on MEPs. Justin, Matt Ward, hi. How you doing? Is it possible to be a combat engineer and a medic at the same time? I want to be flexible and be whatever my situation calls me to be. Lone Wolf, that is a great thought, but no, you cannot. You're going to be whatever MOS you are at the time. At some point, you could switch, but it's not like you can be multiple different things. Like, you can't be multiple different MOS. So you can have one MOS, maybe a secondary MOS or whatever, but like what you just said, those are very different. Like, very different. So they're just different. So like for me, with the 25 series MOSs, a lot of things that kind of go back and forth, like 25 uniform, 25 Bravo. So you might be a 25 Bravo that does some 25 uniform stuff. You might be a 25 uniform that does some 25 Bravo stuff or 25 Sierra stuff, but you're not going to be jumping from like branch to branch, like combat engineer, being an engineer and then doing medic stuff. You're not going to be doing signal stuff and then doing combat engineer stuff. Like, that's not going to be how it works. Anyway, somebody said something. How do you join Army sports? I'm honestly not sure. Gotta be pretty good at it. Just because you're good at football doesn't mean you're gonna be like the Army football team. What did you do for it? Powder, antifungal wipes? I don't know who you're talking to. But the Army does give you like antifungus foot powder stuff, which is good. I like how you guys are helping other people out in the comment section. It's nice. Can I go to airborne school in the National Guard? Yes, especially if your National Guard unit is airborne. That's the thing. Any chance of doing another COD stream this weekend or next Monday night? Yeah, I feel like because I've been lacking on these live streams, I do want to do a COD stream for you guys that like me doing that. I'm not going to Texas again this weekend. I am going back to visit. I am going to visit Faith on in 3 weeks or whatever. But until then, I'm not going to be gone for the weekend. So yes, I would expect a Call of Duty stream fairly soon. Yo, do some sport videos, or you trash at sports. I am not trash at sports. If you guys didn't know, I played football, basketball, and baseball in high school. I would consider myself athletic. My 40 my 40-yard dash or whatever in high school was 4.6 seconds. So it's fast, but I mean it's not like 4.2 or something. But it's fast for a white guy. I could, if you go on my Instagram, you could see me like dunking, which is pretty cool. It was like kind of a dunk. It was like I barely got the ball over. So that's on my Instagram. So I mean, I'm athletic. In baseball, I was a pitcher. I was an outfielder. In basketball, I was a shooting guard. In football, I was a running back and a tight end. But I mean, football was like my least favorite sport. Baseball is my favorite, then basketball, then football. As far as playing goes, we're a great community. Sarah Smith, I agree with you. You know that? I agree with you. Do you know anything about musicians in the armed forces? Not really. The only thing I guess I really know is my dad was in like a choir thing in the Navy. My dad can sing. He can play instruments and stuff like that. He can play the piano. He can play the guitar. Not so much now since his hands have got like more like arthritis. But when he was in the Navy, he was like in like a Navy something band, like the Navy band, that he went and they performed at crazy, like really big deal stuff, which is pretty cool. What state do you lol be in? what kind of English whatever is that? So I'm getting a call from my girlfriend right now, so I told her I was gonna pick up the phone. Hey babe, I am live streaming right now, so I'm talking to you on the live stream. Yeah, so call me back in just a few minutes. All right, I said call me back in just a few minutes so I can get off of here. All right, bye. All right, my real duty calls, guys. Duty calls. My girlfriend called, so I'm gonna have to get off of his live stream now. Sorry, guys, but anyways, don't quote me on this, but I think he lives in Virginia. No, I live in North Carolina. You're so cute. Your smile when she calls is adorable. Yeah, I love talking to her. Is that a sword behind you? Yes, that is a sword. That is a legit sword that was given to me by the Army. Anyways, I'll tell her that all y'all said hi, but thank you guys for coming out to the stream. It was freaking awesome. We almost made it to 2 hours. That would have been an awesome record or whatever. Yes, Charlotte. But that is it for this live stream. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. I'll see you guys later this week. I'm sure I'll do another live stream this weekend. I'm going to try to do it this weekend and all that jazz. But you guys are freaking awesome. And yeah, let's end this. I'll see y'all later.